Alright, welcome back to yet another run of The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past Randomizer. This is a game that came out in the 90s for the Super Nintendo. It is the third installment in the Zelda series. What we are playing here is a so-called randomizer, where certain aspects of the game has been shuffled around, has been changed up. This was one of the first randomizers that were made and that was publicly available, and it has gathered a pretty big community of players all over the world that are playing this particular version of it. There are even big major tournaments in it. It is being hosted in the Games Done Quick series that are very big on Twitch. And I am here playing it as well. I am playing it on an emulator. I am using original hardware to play it, Super Nintendo controller. I am having a so-called tracker that keeps track of my items whilst I play, because otherwise it would be very difficult for me to keep track of all the things. The whole thing with the randomizer is that it is basically a puzzle. So to be able to beat an ordinary Zelda game, there are certain items that you need to find. You need a sword to be able to kill Ganon, you need a bow to be able to kill certain enemies, you need certain items throughout the game. The randomizer drops you into the world with nothing. If you're starting what we're starting today, you have nothing going in. And you gotta find your way through. You gotta find a sword, you gotta find a bow, you gotta find some bombs to be able to blow up some crevices in the walls. And that's the beauty of this thing. It is a puzzle that you gotta solve yourself. And of course, we want to do it as fast as possible. It is also a race. So it is a speed run, but it has randomized aspects of it. You want to do it as fast as possible, but you also want to, have fun finding certain things. A quite common question that I get when I do these streams is, what do you do if you can't break it? I mean, if you can't beat the game, then what do? You need the sword to be able to beat that boss, but the sword is somewhere hidden away. Well, the beauty with this is that there's logic in the randomization. So when this seed is generated, there are a certain logic to it so that you can always beat it. There are certain ways that you can always finish this game. It might be very, very looping and you might take a very, weird up route, but you can always beat it. There are also legal glitches that people in the community have found throughout the playing of this game that makes it possible for us to take certain shortcuts, to break certain games or break certain aspects of that logic to be able to get to places where you weren't actually supposed to. And that is also a very fun aspect of this. You can beat it in a totally normal way, but you can also hack it IRL, so to speak. We are playing on the Japanese 1.0 version here to be able to use all the glitches that was later patched by Nintendo. I think that's about it. Legend of Zelda features two worlds. There's a light world and there's a dark world. To be able to get into the dark world, you need a moon pearl to be able to not be transformed into a bunny when you enter the dark world, or into Bomberman if you're playing with a frog sprite, which I am. You also need certain items like the hammer or certain gloves to be able to lift certain rocks. So there are like certain items that are very, very crucial to find. If you can get your hands on, or like your feet into the boots as well, the Pegasus boots, you are going to be able to run faster. And of course, this is a speedrun after all, so we want to do it as fast as possible. So there are certain items that are very desperate for us. Finding a lamp is also very handy. You don't have to walk in the dark. I mean, you can navigate through dungeons entirely in the dark if you know where you're going, and we do know where we're going, but doing it with a lamp is so much easier. So there's like quality of life items that you don't really need, but you are certainly help if you have those. We want to get 7 crystals to beat this game. In this game, there are 10 dungeons. There are 3 pendant dungeons and there are 7 crystal dungeons. In the original game, the 3 light dungeons were pendant dungeons and the 7 dark world dungeons are the crystal dungeons that you gotta beat to beat the game. But since this is a randomizer, oh yes, they have been shuffled around, so it could well be those 3 first very easy light world dungeons that we gotta beat. They might have the crystals. 3 of them though. Or it might be all of those real hard ones at the end. They will be the very needed ones. So we don't really know like how difficult this run is gonna be. And that's also the beauty of it. So it's a 7-7 open. And open means we don't have to do all the chores that you have to do in the ordinary vanilla game. You don't have to go rescue Zelda. The entire world is already open to us. It's open because of that. But that's it really. No sword, only a green tunic for the little frog to put on his little behind. And then we'll just get out of here. What's my best time on this? Good question. So I am shy under 2 hours. I think my personal best is 1 hour and 52 minutes at the moment. So that's that. But there are people who are amazing at these games who do it, 130, 120. But it all plays out on like how difficult was your seed. Sometimes you roll an easy one, a so-called light speed seed, or a really trolly. You gotta go all over the world to beat the game. So it all depends. Very much depends. I am going to try to explain my thoughts a little bit extra throughout this game, so that I can answer any particular questions throughout. If you have any questions on how to play the game or how to start playing it, fire away those questions, and I'll be happy to answer those in the chat. Yeah. So I'll have a timer running to keep a track of like how long time we've been playing for, and we'll see how fast that we can do this. Hopefully under 2 hours. So 3, 2, 1, go. So we're starting out in Link's house, or in this little frog's house as it is. We're getting a piece of heart. That doesn't do much for us. We're working our way north. What I'm doing here is a very ordinary way to start off the game. You run up here, you get that sign, you kill one blue guard, and then you pull this tree here. The tree pulls are also a randomized aspect of the game. Ordinarily you'll get like rupees there, but here we got magic. Sometimes you can get bombs out of that, so we want to pull that tree to potentially get ourselves some bombs. That's a sword, that's a very good early find there. So we're happy to see that. Oh, can't see the timer. Sorry, I should make sure that that works. Oh, sorry. There we go. Now you should see it. Thank you for telling me. So we got 3 bombs there. We got a sword. That means that we are actually fine to go into escape. So with that sword in hand, with 3 bombs, we are bold enough to be able to dive into Hyrule Castle for the first time. We're gonna go to the back, where Zelda originally would be kept. There are a few checks back there that we can make. Trying to avoid all these guards. We want to play as fast as possible, and usually that is done by just avoiding enemies. So we're diving into the basement here, gonna kill this guy real quick. First check there. A heart, that's good. So there are a total of 6 checks in this escape sequence. And since we got that sword, I think that we will even be bold enough to walk in the dark a little bit. We'll see. Perhaps we'll find the lamp and we won't have to actually do that. But we'll see how this plays out. A little fencing here. So we got the map there. Typically quite typical crap item. So not too much down here yet. I didn't really want to be seen by that guard there, because I had planned to set up a death warp here. Yeah, it's gonna work out anyway. So we got a red boomerang there. I took a death here so that I can so that I can get back to the entrance, so that I don't have to walk all the way back. So we are going to dive into the dark back of escape. We have this little boomerang to defend us. We also have our sword to light us the way. As you can see, things are very dark here. This is something that you are a little bit scared of when you start playing this, but actually, the more you play it, the easier this gets. There we go. some scary snakes here that we wanna avoid if we can. Help. Nej. Amen. Trying to walk out that door there. Nah, okay, that was crappy. I haven't been walking in the dark for quite some time here. So what we're trying to do here is actually to do something out of logic. You logically need a lamp to be able to do this. But what we're trying to do is to walk through here without that lamp. That would potentially give us items that are out of logic. But it's been a while since I traversed these dark dungeons here. It's better to hold the sword to the left here. Should stun some of them. There we go. Walking through the little wet section here. Oh no, okay, sorry. I totally got lost there. There we go. There is a chest here. Man, is there one here? Okay, I totally didn't think that there was actually a snake there. Okay, now I know where I am. There we go. Okay, didn't need that though. Not a necessary item. Snakes are very scary because they deal an entire heart of damage, and I am actually a little bit dumb there. I walked all the way back here without that key there. But nonetheless, so we got ourselves a heart from the back of Escape. Could have been something more useful. We go back to the sanctuary, gets a shield, and now we are going to go left from here, out into the Lost Woods, with our newly found red boomerang. From here, I usually head up here, to see what the little woodcutters have in their basement. What they have is going to determine if we need to beat Aghanim or not. There are a total of 7 dungeons in this game. There are also a so-called Aghanim's Tower that we don't want to beat if we can put it off, but depending on what's on this ledge here, we might need to beat it anyway. Okay, just bombs. That is not a required item, so we can put that off. Now we are going to go west into Lost Woods, up into the northwest corner. We are going to check out a few things here. Oh, there's the lamp. That's good. So, walking through dark places are now in logic. Falling down here and finding a little rupee. So, we need 100 rupees to be able to buy one of the items from the merchant in Kakariko Village. We don't really have that kind of money at the moment, so we'll see. Okay, I can't stand that guy. There we have a map check. So we have crystals in all the Light World dungeons. That's good. We are now heading down into Kakariko from the north here. When we get in, we are going to use a bomb to blow up the back of Blind's hut here. All of this is pretty standard opening. you kind of always do these things in this particular order. Yeah, just because all of these places are logically accessible to us right away. I got that early sword, which made me a little bit extra bold going into the back of escape there. So we have a mushroom there. This is a so-called fetch quest. You can head all the way up to the witch up in the left hand corner to get something from her. There we found a bow. That's a very key item. So we are happy because of that. That means that Eastern Palace is entirely beatable. You can see it on the map there. That Eastern Palace up in the, well, northeast corner has a green square to it. A green square means that place is entirely beatable to us. And that's good, because that is a crystal dungeon. So, a few more rupees to be able to get whatever the merchant has for us. There it is. Perfect alignment. So we've done Blind's Hut, we've done Kakariko Well. Now we are going to go to the nice bottle vendor here to see what he sells us. 3 bombs. That's a ripoff. In the vanilla game, he sells us a bottle for 100 Swedish kronor. So we're gonna blow our way into the back of this little chicken hut here to see what's up. 100 rupees, that's good. We got that money back. Now we are heading down to the tavern. Or the back of the tavern, we should say. So let's see what's in here. What do you have for us? Oh, fire rod, that's really good. We have our two fire sources are now available. Fire rod is a really great item to be able to deal massive amounts of damage early on. So that's kind of good. So we're heading up to the library to see what is up here. This is a boots locked item. Just a heart, not really necessary to go back for. We are going to check what's on the ledge of the race game over here. If it's nothing, we're gonna save and quit from here. Okay, bombs, that's nothing. We're gonna save and quit. So now I'll go back to my house and perhaps I should actually go straight to Eastern from here. I should actually go straight to Eastern. I'm gonna go beat my first dungeon right away. And yes, 1 rupee is exactly equals to 1 Swedish krona. If anybody wants to do your conversions at home there. So I'm heading straight to Eastern from here. Our first dungeon. Trying to avoid all enemies, trying to avoid being latently shot. And we are heading into Sahashala's hut here to know who's our green pendant. Swamp Palace, okay, that's good info. Swamp Palace. Ice rod, we have both of the rods. We have the flute, oh my god. Okay, that's good. Okay. So, the ocarina is really good because you can use it to warp around the world. To be able to use it though, you gotta go to Kakariko to activate it. So it would have of course been better if we would have gone here before Kakariko. But then we didn't have the bow, so we wouldn't really have done that. So we're entering our first dungeon. It is Eastern Palace. And in the tracker I can see that this dungeon holds 3 items. 3 items in the ordinary dungeon and then 1 on the boss. And of course we want them all. This is the first dungeon that you'll go into in the vanilla game as well. So that's the compass, that's a pretty crappy item. We don't even count that one. Watch out for the big balls there. So we're just trying to traverse through these dungeons as fast as possible, obviously getting as many items as possible. There's the big key, that's good, we'll need that. So we have a pretty good amount of hearts at this point in the game. We have a sword, we have a shield. Shields are actually pretty crappy. The only thing they do, basically, is to cause minor amounts of lag in the game. So if you can refrain from getting a shield, most people do. Oh no, he spawned there. If you're throwing at that pot fast enough, you can stop that guy from spawning. Only crap so far. So we've got all the dungeon items, both the map and the compass and the big key. But now comes something else. What is it? It's the Master Sword. That's real good. That's good. So Master Sword acquired. One of our 3 items in the bag. And we are going through. And since we now have a lamp, we don't have to walk in the dark. That feels good, actually. So we're gonna pick up a pot underneath this little... or we're gonna pick up a key underneath this pot here. And now we're gonna keep on making our way through here. When I started playing this, I think my first seed that I ran took 7 hours. So there has been considerable amount of improvements. The hammer, that's a great find. That's a real needed find. Hammer, another item. Is that spawn trick only on the Japanese version? I don't think it is, no. There's like certain triggers in the floor that if you pass them, you trigger those guys to spawn. So I think that should be possible in all versions. So we're sneaking into the back here. Oops, wrong pot. There are a few glitches that are Japanese version exclusive. But I haven't carried out any of those yet, I don't think. Whoops. There we go. So here comes our first boss. Three arrows on each Armor's Knight. And then 3 in the last one. And he dies. So that's our first crystal. Whilst we're up here, I will be going over to the witch's hut to deliver the mushroom. You wanna do as little travel as possible. You don't wanna go back and forth and like loop back on yourself if you can refrain from it. Makes sense. So we did find the hammer. That's a real good item. It is a better damage source than the Master Sword. It deals as much damage as the Tempered Sword, which is the 3rd level sword. It is also a item required for us to... Well, it might be required to get into the Dark World. So that is one item that we want to look out for. So now we do need the power glove to be able to lift certain rocks to be able to get into the Dark World. So here we'll deliver the mushroom there. Go out from the screen, go back again, and we'll see what we get for the mushroom. Let's see. Oh, there is the glove. Speaking of which, KKK, that was a good find. I will now do the south shore route, or should I actually... It's important to think on the fly. Now, since I got that glove, I can actually lift a certain rock in the graveyard to jump down into the dark basements of Hyrule Castle, but from the back. So I will actually push this one, and now we will fall down into the basement here. So I was on the other side of that door previously, but in the dark. Now we're going back to get those 3 last checks. There's the boots, really good. Happy that I made that trip. Okay, that's gonna speed up things quite considerably. I'll actually go to the sanctuary again here, because now we have a check that we can do with the boots. The so-called bonk rocks here. As you can see on the map, there appeared a little green square right west of the graveyard, this one. It is only accessible with the boots. Now let's see what it is. It is a heart. Okay, that's fine. Since we are around here, and since we do need money, I will exploit one more glitch. This glitch is absolutely accessible in the PAL version as well. You enter the so-called Chris Houlihan room by falling into a pit like this, by being blown by a bomb. Now you fall into... Nah. Oh, okay. What did I... Did I not stand close enough to the pit? Perhaps not. Let's do that again. I think I have to stand closer to the pit. I flew a little bit too far there. What does blue dots mean on the map? So there are a few checks that I can only see. I can't get there, but I can see them. Like I can see what's on the ledge down in the desert. I can see what's on the island in Lake Hylia. So blue are places that you can see, but that you can't get to yet. Green is place that you can totally get to right away. Yellow is place that you might be able to get to by using glitches. And yeah, orange is places that are basically inaccessible to you. But blue you can only see. So we are kind of still in the standard opening here. We are heading into the dam here to get this little item here. See if we have anything good. I'm glad that I did the whole Eastern Palace play, because that gave us the boots, which is so nice. So we're pulling some things here to empty the dam of water, and we will now see what got up on the beach there. 20 rupees, that can come in handy actually, so I'll pick that up. And now we are going east here. So I'm hoping for good amounts of money, because pretty soon I'll be able to set up the water or the water walker glitch, which will allow me to get to Sora's domain earlier than intended. And then I want to have the money to be able to pay for whatever items in there. So we want to get up to 500 rupees, or 500 kroner. And we are closing in. So blue is like orange. If they would be accessible by glitch, they would be yellow. Exactly. That's how it is. But you can see what's in there. For the orange ones, you can't spy what's in there. So you can only, yeah, you can't even see what's in there. So we are going back to, or up to, the Ice Rod Cave here. Wait, I should actually not go there, Because I can actually get some money here before I go in there. If these crabs behave, help. They are very scary. They deal 2 hearts of damage. So we have some extra cash in here. That might come in handy. I want to get up to 500 before going up to Sora. So, making our way up in the Ice Rod Cave. Finding a nice little shirt. As you can see, when you give a frog a new shirt, he changes his skin tone. So that was Ice Rod Cave. I am now in a water walk state. It has to do with me dashing very near a pit, which you can do in a few places of the game. This allows me to run on water like this, which is not a standard way of moving. I saw arrows on that island. I'm not interested in those. So this, as you can see, is not the standard way of moving about Hyrule. You are supposed to have flippers to be able to do this. But I don't have those. Instead, I have boots. Now, I'm gonna try to do yet another glitch. This one is Japanese exclusive. It is fake flippers. A glitch that you can use if you land in the water on the same frame as a screen transition. So I landed in the water exactly when the screen transition was supposed to happen. And that does not allow the game to load the proper sprite, which stops me from drowning. It's weird. So, yeah. So I am now up in Sora's domain. I still don't have 500 rupees. What type of frog is that? Yes, very good question. I'm asking myself the same question, actually. Yellow frog. It might be a certain toad that belongs to the Atelopus genus. They are having weird colors after all. I would kinda need quite large amounts of money to be able to afford Sora. Oh, okay, that's nice. Exactly what I needed there. So, I saw a bee in a bottle on the ledge over there. That's not interesting. But since I do have 500 rupees, I can now go to Sora to pay for this. Bombs, that's not necessary. What are we up to? What are we gonna do now? So we've been there, we've been there. We can check out the desert. But we should totally activate the flute. Let's do that. So we did get the ocarina earlier. That allows us to activate the flute, which is gonna allow us to warp around the world much easier. We can go up the mountain. There's a few checks there. We can also go down to the desert, which is probably gonna be where we shall head. So playing the flute. So on the map you can see the couple of places where we could go. We can go beat Aghanim. If we would do that, that would put us on the pyramid. Let's not hope for that. I'm gonna hope for desert from here. So I'm gonna float to the desert to see what we find there. Now I'll be able to see that blue square. It is a blue rupee, so that is not interesting to me. Gonna go back into the back of this desert dungeon here, or desert little cave here. If this doesn't turn out to be anything, we will go up the mountain. Let's see what this is. Just a heart. So That's nothing. So I will take the flute up the mountain. I haven't forgotten to register anything, right? No? Don't think so. I'm going backwards into this cave here to get the old man who is apparently lost. For some reason. Nobody really knows why. I mean, why would anyone at his age wander into a dark cave like this? Doesn't sound very healthy. But he's apparently lost. And I'll guide him out again to get this item here. There are actually one item that you can get on the top of the rocks over here. So this is not the last thing that we can check, even though it might look like that. Just a heart. Here we can carry out yet another glitch, which I failed. You have to hold a spin and then release it, and then 1 frame later press run, and then this happens. You get what is called spin speed. Okay, there's the ether medallion. It might be necessary, so I'll go down there to get it. That spin speed, that is a Japanese exclusive glitch. So ether medallion, we will get that. But then it probably means that we have to beat Aghanim's tower, I guess. There is really no other option, as you can see on the map. We have ruled out the other alternatives. And it's not me who has forgotten anything. That's not the case. Everything is in here, yeah, sure. So let's go to Aghanim's tower. We got the Master Sword, we got the Red Cape. Both of these are potential ways of going in here. So this is all in logic. Oops. The game lagged there. This is a little bit of an annoying check to make, because I don't have the Moon Pearl, so going through here will put me in the Dark World on the pyramid. But most likely is it so, and this is pretty rare, that the Moon Pearl is actually on the pyramid. That's actually not very common. The Moon Pearl is a required item to be able to not be a bunny in the Dark World. It has only happened to me once before, actually, that the Moon Pearl has been in the actual Dark World. And since we don't always have to go through Aghanim's tower, I get a little bit rusty on these little maze sections here. There we go. Okay. So we are making our way up Aghanim's tower through some dark sections here, and I would certainly not like to go through here without the lamp. I would be that guy. It's this bow guy who has the key here. Whoops. Where did that come from? I certainly hope that this is where the Moon Pearl is, because otherwise I have made some mistakes, but I don't think I have. Fire Rod is really good here. Just incinerate those guys there. Of course, poor guards. Having to burn to death like that. That's what you get for collaborating with Ganon, I guess. There are so many different sprites that you can use for this randomizer. They have all been fan-made. But of course we like the frog the most. So we are getting up to the top of Aghanim's tower. He is apparently making some random lady disappear. We don't know really what this is all about. And we are going to go into a little tennis game with this guy. It's through his very secret exit hole there. And we are going to see how many blue balls can we get. 0 at the moment. Still 0. There's one. One blue ball so far. This is a numbers game. We want as many big balls as possible. Of course, that's what you want. Oh yeah, blue balls and exit holes, absolutely. No. Fewer blue balls, please. Can I get fewer? I think I'm like one hit off to beating this guy. There we go. So I will now be sent to the Dark World, and I will now be Bomberman. Because I don't have the Moon Pearl. But there's one check in here that I can check. Ha ha ha. I can't do anything. Okay, oh, sorry, I can't check the map. But I can't do much else. Okay, oh my god. The shovel is here. That's very trolly. So that is not the Moon Pearl, but I can use it to dig up a thing in the Light World, and that's gonna be my way through. Yeah, sure. Okay, so you can see it on the map there. There appeared a green square down in that circle of trees, and I'm gonna be able to dig there for whatever's down there. Probably it's gonna be something essential. So this is the kind of trolliness that the randomizer occasionally throws at you. Yes, there's the Moon Pearl. Okay. Where do we go from here? I mean, we are in a pretty good place there. But yes, we will just flute over to Kakariko. So, I mean, that was a pretty fun way of getting into the Dark World. That I had to walk around in the Dark World like Bomberman to be able to actually get that shovel there. So we are now going to make our way into the Dark World, into the dreaded Dark World, where everything deals more damage than before. And as you can see on the map, we have very many more possible places to go. I am scared about going to Skullwoods too early. I mean, I would kind of be benefited of going straight north up to Skullwoods because I can beat it. But I don't have any bottles. I do have the Master Sword, but it would be so nice to... Oh my god, I have too little money. It would be so nice to have some more beefy items before going up to Skullwoods. So, really low on money there, it seems. I'm doing some checks down here. Hopefully I can get my hands on some cash so that I can do that dig game. 50 rupees, that's enough. Or not the dig game, I mean the chest game. Everything that is in logic, you want to do it as fast as possible, because technically, or there could be something very necessary in those. The money glitch in the graveyard can unfortunately only be used once, and we have already spent that. So it's a one-time thing. But here we have some more cash. Yeah, so we are now going to dive into Thieves Town, which is our second... Oh wait, I should totally do a map check first. Totally forgot here. We gotta know what we have there. Okay, so yes, that is a crystal. Skullwoods though is a blue pendant. That's good. Ice Palace, or sorry, yes, Ice Palace is a crappy pendant. And therefore that is so okay. So yes, going into Thieves Town are absolutely time well spent. I saw there on the map that Skullwoods, the one up north there, was a pendant dungeon. So that means I have not, or I don't have to actually beat that. Oh yes, you missed it, yes. Yes, I went through there after Eastern Palace, before I went south. Oops. Bomberman is here again. So pretty uneventful front of Thieves Town. Have a little key there. We are now going into the back of Thieves Town, where we will fight our second boss. So Skullwoods is a place that is in logic. I don't want to beat it because it is a pendant dungeon. But logically, something very necessary could still be there. So we could have a required item in one of these dungeons that I don't want to beat. They could still be fully necessary for us. Help, trying to activate the cape there. The cape is a very, very good item to fight blind, the boss of this dungeon. It is a pretty easy boss, as long as you're doing it exactly the same way every time. There is a certain script to which the boss runs, and if you follow it to the dot, the fight will play out the same every time. But of course, if you get off script, you lose track of what you're doing, and then things can spin out of control after that. So then, the cape is a very, very good safety item if you're screwing up. So there are 3 more items to get in here. 2 down here in the basement, and then 1 on the boss. We haven't found anything too eventful yet, though. But that's okay. This is our first Dark World dungeon, after all. Hello, come with me. So that lady is actually the boss. She is going to transform into the dreaded blind monster in a bit. So only rupees. Not that eventful, as we said. So after Thieves Town, we are going to go south. We are going to take a little route around. We are going to visit the very hype cave, which is a place with pretty many items. So here comes the blind fight. Let's hope that we can follow the script. Still on script. Getting off script, as you might be able to see, but that's all right because we have the cape, so that's still okay. That time of the month, yes, perhaps. Serious rage going on. So we have our second crystal. And we are going to go southward from here. We will go down to do the so-called dig game. We will pay 80 rupees to do a pretty time-consuming little digging game before we move east. And we can beat Palace of Darkness, a dungeon which is in the same location as Eastern Palace, which we bet earlier. So that is a pretty good place to go. We just need to dig up some crap here. You never know how long time you have to dig for though. The game is always beatable, but apparently you had to dig for... There we go, okay. Piece of a heart, not really necessary. So we are now heading east to the same circle of trees where the moon pearl was buried. We are going to talk to a little stump here to get an item, only 5 rupees. Now we are heading over to Hype Cave. Oops. As soon as we can't, or as soon as we stop ourselves from bonking into every single rock. The Hype Cave is called Hype Cave because it holds 5 items in a pretty small room. So it's kind of hype, I guess. And it's also well protected. Okay. Heart. Lots of money. Mirror, very needed. That mirror is actually pretty good. So now even more checks available. That mirror actually allows me to do one more check over on the west side here. So I'll actually go back to do this little off check down here. After this one, we will head up to Palace of Darkness. Okay, just 20 rupees. That's fine. We gotta isolate as many of these as possible. Or not isolate is what I mean. So heading to Palace of Darkness, and here we will actually get to exploit yet another Japanese glitch, where you can dash and use an item at the same frame. Then you can do that. That you cannot do in the other versions. And it's pretty good because you can then dash through pegs like that. So we are heading up to Palace of Darkness, which is entirely beatable because we have the hammer, because we have the lamp, because we have the bow. All of these things are necessary to beat this place. And we have a lot of items in here. We have 5 items. Well, it's pretty many as far as dungeons go. Oops. Whoa. Need to stop my dash earlier. A key. Nice. There are a ton of keys in Palace of Darkness, so we are bound to find plenty of those. Nice. First item, real crappy one. Whoops. Looping around here. Nah. Forgot to. Or accidentally pressed the map button there. Falling down. Going up to where the boss key originally lies. And we're finding another small key. They are all over the place. Yet another one. So Ice Palace, Swamp Palace and Skullwoods are all our pendants. That's pretty good. They are slow. They are slow dungeons. So there, that's such an annoying place to stand at. We just found the Titansmiths, which is a very necessary item. Titansmiths acquired. As you can see now on the map, things are shining up like a Christmas tree. Golden glove there gives us access to lots of places. Which is then unfortunate, because we have already been around in pretty many of those places. First bottle acquired. Whoops. Meant to boost south. There's the big key. So we have 2 more checks, or 2 more items to get in here, if I haven't miscounted. How is the run going? I think it's going pretty well. It's hard to say if it's record-breaking. It feels pretty standard. I've made a few mistakes, but no deaths, no like very untimely events like that. That's gonna make it faster though. We just found the tempered sword. And there goes the map. So we are now going back to the beginning, and now we're going to the boss. So finding the tempered sword there is going to speed things up. But if it is a personal best, hard to say. We will see. Any questions from you guys at this moment? Any worries that you have? How is this going to play out? What is he gonna do about this and that? What if this happens? What do you do if you do this when this thing happens? So we have some hearts. We're going back here to kill some more of these little mimic guys. Oops. Nah. There we go. Yeah. So we are coming up on our third boss fight. The mountain looks kind of inviting to us after this. There are a couple of good checks up there. We have Tower of Hera up there, which is a crystal even. So that feels kind of good, perhaps, to do after this. So, yet another boss fight. It is going to be the Helmasaur fight. Whoops. So another pretty quick fight. So after playing this game extensively as a kid, I got so connected to this music, so that whenever I kind of hear it, I get infinite adrenaline rush. It has weakened by playing this game though. I have gone accustomed to it a little bit, but for the longest time I got very triggered and very, you know, really angry if you're hearing this music from the childhood traumas, you know, dying over and over again on a boss like that. It's getting better though, but the music is still deeply connected to, you know, more of the fight than the flight parts of you. So I am going to walk backwards here. It's a little bit of a slow walk, but I'm going to go to the catfish up in the northeast corner of the map here. Does a friendly little catfish live? I'm gonna throw something into his pond and we'll see what he has for me. This is a little bit of an off check, but since I'm already here in this part of the world, I'm gonna go here anyway. After that though, I'm considering perhaps going up the mountain for the first time. It would be even better if I had the hook shot, which I don't. I can also go clear Desert Palace though, which I now realize is actually a pretty good idea. You should always prioritize beating dungeons before going to overworld places. I mean, we want to beat the game after all. So I think that I'll actually go to the desert after this. Nice. So let's float down to the desert. There are even some dark world checks that we can make down there. So, in the vanilla game, the way to get into Desert Palace is by using the Book of Modora. It is a green little nice book. You can use it to enter this place. But since we are not playing the vanilla game and since we are coming in a little bit of a different way. We are going to be able to enter it by simply using the mirror. You can mirror into the light world and thus get access to it that way. So I did a quick run by of Misery Mire, and I saw that it was the Ether Medallion on it. The Ether Medallion, we got it earlier up on the mountain. So we have access to Misery Mire. To be able to beat Misery Mire though, we need the red cane, and we don't have that. So we are going to put it off for now. But it's very good to know that I can get into that place. So we are now in desert, sneaking in from the back. Oops. So, Desert Palace, that's gonna be our 4th place. There's the big key. You know what? I think that I will actually do something fun for you here. I'll pause the randomizer. I'll pause the time. So we are now 1 hour in. We have, 1, 2, 3, 4 crystals. There are still Tower of Error to do. There's Misery Mire. There's Turtle Rock apparently. Oh my god, I didn't hope to do that. But since we're having fun and all, I'm gonna run a bet. We will be betting, will I finish this seed in 2 hours, or like less than 2 hours, or more than 2 hours? I'm going to start a little bet for you. You can use channel points, or froggers as we call them here, to bet on which alternative that you think will win. And if you win, you will earn big money, or you will earn big froggers. We should say. So let's see if we can set this up. Will I finish this seed in under 2 hours? Will I finish this seed in under 2 hours? Yes or no? And we will not have any like in the middle there, exactly on 2 hour mark. Let's not go for that. And I'll give you like 10 minutes to vote. That's a good one. So yes and no. So if you say yes, I will finish this seed under 2 hours. If you say no, I won't. And the betting period starts now. So you can actually use your channel points, your froggers, to bet on your alternative. And yeah, try to go for the high odds, perhaps. Right, so we are thereby going to get back into the game again. I will resume the timer, I will restart the game, and we'll go, and we'll keep on going. And place your bets there. So we are back. So I'm here going to pick up another one. There's the red cane, real good. That was something that we were specifically looking for. Red cane acquired. Oh. I don't have the small key, which means that one is not available in Sweden, it says. What? This is a very new functionality. Oh, that's sad. This is a very new functionality. It got launched like 2 days ago. So I guess it hasn't rolled out completely then. Now, if you are in another country, you can then place your bet. But, okay. I guess it goes against the Swedish jurisdictions. Viewers in Denmark, Luxembourg, blah blah blah. Oh. Predictions are not available. Perhaps it is too similar to gambling. Okay. Boring. It would be so fun with a bet though. But you can still bet. I mean you can still bet in a psychological way. Nice try, yes, thank you. Perhaps it will be it will be enabled later. So in the okay. I did not want to fall down there. It's not that long of a way around though. So in the desert palace we found ourselves the red cane, which is necessary to beat Misery Mire. So after this we will actually be able to go into Misery Mire right away, which is kind of good. Thank you for your belief in me. As long as I don't do any weird falls into weird pits, it might be doable. I have made a couple of mistakes, but not too grave. So it should still be okay. So we're going up against our next boss. It is going to be Landmola. Which is going to give us yet another item. And the fire rod is very good at this boss. So, after this lovely compass, we will go straight into Misery Mire. We'll sort that out. So that is Misery Mire. Then it's Tower of Hera and Turtle Rock. This is looking pretty good. If everything goes as planned, Turtle Rock will be our last dungeon. Well, obviously it will be. Yeah, but I just hope that I have all the items required to get into Turtle Rock. You need a certain medallion. We have the Ether medallion. We don't know if it is that one or one of the other two that are required for Turtle Rock. We will see when we go up there. And I have actually already fulfilled this follower goal. So the Quiplash stream is going to happen. I wonder if anyone was allowed to vote or to bet, or if all viewers today are in Sweden or Denmark or Luxembourg or whatever those countries were. So, Misery Mire. Are we looking for anything? Or are we having... I mean, the hookshot would be nice, but... Is it so that the flippers are totally optional in this seed? I'm trying to think whether we are in go mode or not. We might be, actually. There's the big key. I mean, you kind of just wanna YOLO and go for it here, but Well. I'm having some deep thoughts here whether we should just go for it, just skip all items from this point forth, or not. YOLO is always the way to go, though. I mean, it all comes down to what medallion is required for Turtle Rock. If Ether, the one that we have, is the one, then we can get in there. If it's one of the others, though, then we can't get in. We haven't gotten a single item in here, except for the big key. It is a little bit scary to just skip everything here. Because you might be very sad needing to go back all this way if there happens to be required items in this particular dungeon. So I'm playing it a little bit safe, which is perhaps also a little bit dumb. Yes! Tack mamma, bra tips. Det ska vi göra. The snaps. Den åker in i frysen. Bra tips. So we are opening up this very, very slow cutscene check here. Which will probably give me like my first item here. No, we could still find the map though. It could still be that thing. Yeah, how? So that is 1 out of 2 items. I will go for the boss. I have not yet opened the big chest. But I'll hope that there's the map in there and that I don't even have to bother opening it. So that I can just go straight to the boss, beat it, and be out of here. Nej. Help. Got a little bit thrown out of place there. Let's see. Are those down? No, they are not down. I gotta lower these. Hit the switch. Go in here. Japp, det gör vi. Vi ses. Bomb the wall. I said bomb the wall, not get bombed into the wall. So checking out the back here, flipping another switch, and we are now going up for yet another boss fight. But we have tons of safeties, so this shouldn't be too difficult. So after this, we will go up to the mountain. We will beat Tower of Hera. We will make our way east and hopefully find that we can already enter Turtle Rock. There we go. Item, 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 item. Yes, good. That was the second one. So we don't have to go all the way around again. So we have cleared that. We are now going to go up the mountain. I think I'll stop by Kakariko to go by Sick Kid. Real quick check there. I mean, at this point, YOLO would probably be the most recommendable thing. But it is so annoying when you like leave a really easy check behind, and that happened to be like the needed item. So I'll just go in here real quick. Hello, what you got? Okay, nothing. So now, mountain. We are floating up there. We are doing Tower of Hera immediately. Then over to Turtle Rock. Nah. Okay, good. I could still get around. Another try at the spin speed. No. Flying cabbages in the way. Scary Tektites here now, after we have beaten Aghanim. Yeah, there is actually a possibility that something is down here, so I will actually go here first. Whilst I'm over here. Okay. Nothing in the spike cave. Oh no, I hate saving and quitting in the dark world because it puts you on the pyramid. Favorite frog color? You mean in this game or frogs in general? There we go. That's a very difficult question. In general. So, I mean, green frogs are like the classic type of frog. I'm a pretty classic guy. I do have a very nice frog of my own though. Randomizer Sumersi, completely black, but with orange stripes. That's a very cool frog. So if that is an alternative, I'll totally go for that. It's not a color though. It's like multiple colors. So we are sliding down into the basement of Tower of Hera. Getting a chance to relax a little bit. So 2 items to get in here. But most importantly, 1 boss to kill. And this whole thing might turn into a medallion race, depending on what medallion I need to get into Tower of Hera. Oops, sorry, forgot that. So why not black and orange sprites on your link? Yes, good question. Because I did not make this sprite. It was already available. So I should absolutely draw one myself, but I don't know how to get that thing going. But it is a fan-made sprite. But I take no credit for it. If I would have made this sprite, I would totally have made it into my own little frog. My own little frog sprite. So, first item. See if we can get across here. Yeah. Second item. So what we saw there was a bomb jump. Certain pits in this game, is traversable by using a bomb like that. And it saves time, of course, to do that kind of thing. I don't really want to use the red potion here. But I also don't want to die. So I am going to be a little bit of a chicken here. And use the cape to kill this guy. So that is our 6th crystal, looking pretty good on the timer, but it all comes down to what medallion is required to get into Turtle Rock, which we will find out very soon. If it is both, I have full access to it. So we will see very soon. I will just run straight over there. We can also see what's on the island. 50 rupees. So we will know pretty soon if this is going to be a soon over race or if the race is still on. And this race is not over. So we need bombos to be able to get into Turtle Rock, which we don't have, which we in no way have. So we need to do a couple of more checks to be able to find the Bombos medallion. Hopefully we have not left it somewhere far away. I mean, that is completely possible. Bagnet is nice. Not necessary though. So this is a medallion race from now on. Where we are looking for the Bombos medallion. We haven't seen it anywhere. If any one of you knows the whereabouts, please tell me. Well, of course, how could you know? Let's hope that it's down here in Spiral Cave. No, it's not. It's somewhere in the game. Thank you. I mean, that totally saved me there, actually. Good to have you in the stream, Evangeline of Sky, by the way. Evangeline of Sky. Oops. You sound very much like Catherine of Sky, the famous YouTuber. Would have been very star-stricken if Catherine of Sky came into my stream. Not that you are not welcome. You are very welcome. Oh, silver arrows. That's nice. Silver arrows are a very optional item to get. Never heard of it. How's the seed so far? I would say that the seed has felt very good. It's looking good on the timer, but what it has turned out into is a medallion race. We need Bombos to be able to enter Turtle Rock. Yes, so like, okay. The mountain is kind of cleared out. We found flippers there, which means that we can now finally do Waterfall Fairy. But we have absolutely been on a pretty straight path up until like now, like 2-3 minutes ago, when we realized that tower or that Turtle Rock requires the Bombos medallion. So that's absolutely what we're after now. I had the technical possibility to glitch into here earlier, so let's hope that it's not in here, so that I didn't like put this off for no reason. I also don't want to go into a swamp palace. Oh yeah. Sorry, it's already full. Okay. Well, where are the most checks? Oops. How can he play whilst in the water? So I'll go to the dark world. I'll do some more checks there. There are a check that I can do with the use of my cape. I can get that one done. I can of course go clear Skullwoods. I don't really want to do that. I can go clear Ice Palace. I don't want to do that. And I can also clear lots of Swamp Palace. And as a matter of fact, I don't want to do that. So let's hope that it's here. Oh, sword number 4. No. I mean, sure, it's nice to be able to dish out massive amounts of damage. But that's a little bit over the top, don't you think? We don't really need it. So we are heading up to Graveyard Ledge. If this doesn't turn out to be anything, the pyramid has now one more check to give us. Since we have gotten the 2 so-called good crystals, the 2 red crystals, that place is now accessible to us. Nah. So we're checking out King's Tomb as well. We also have the Holdsmith chain, which is a tedious check. Let's blow up the pyramid. Let's blow up the front of the pyramid. 2 items are in there. So we just need to find that last little medallion before this seed can be over with. Now we are going to pay some money to get a big bomb in our possession that we are going to use to blow up the front of the pyramid to get 2 extra items. Come with me if you want to blow. After this, if this isn't it, we have a few checks that we can do over in Kakariko, which is all fine. Go, go, go. I can't run because the bomb would blow up on itself for some reason. And there we go. For some reason the bomb will blow up the wall, but it won't blow up. Oh, but it won't blow up Link. It will stop the timer though if I walk too close to it. So, medallion. Medallion. Book. No. Okay, yeah, that enables a few more checks to be made. But I will go over to Kakariko still to hope for anything to be down the so-called Smith chain. So I'm floating over here, diving into the dark world. One more time. We were so close to just full stop race to Ganon, and then things happened. Then the medallions kept on stopping us. So we are going to do the Smith chain, a little series of events where you first rescue another frog. I mean, this frog looks looks good enough. But here, look at this guy here, jumping up and down, all eager. He's gonna come with us. Now, this is obviously a smith in disguise, as you can see. And it's gonna be real nice to us here. Oh, that was a long thread for that. I'm just gonna do one check here. Here we really get to use the item dashing. Let's go down here to check. Oh yeah, there's Bombos! Bombos is here! So, yeah. I am going to deliver you to your nice little colleague here. Because I think if that guy would be following me, it would be a little bit fucked up. So I'll just flute away from here. I don't even care for the prize. You can keep it. I mean, I have everything that I need at this point. Silver arrows, heck, everything. Even spin speed. Whoops. That's the hardest section, as all frogs are, exactly. So we're speeding ahead. We are racing now straight to Turtle Rock, which we will be able to open now with our newly acquired Bombos medallion. It's a little bit sad that I didn't have that one earlier. It was completely possible for me to get that one, logic-wise. I didn't have it. Or I hadn't gone there, more like. Will you cooperate? Yes. So this is gonna be the last dungeon before Ganon's Tower. Oops. So I am 1 sub point away from filling my sub point goal of 5 sub points. Sorry, what am I doing? I'm just thinking about Ganon's Tower. So yes, I am 1 point away from filling my sub point goal. The prize for which is me playing my very own game, Toby Game 4. The time runs out tomorrow, so no pressure, no pressure. Okay, yes, now I should get back into the focus now. This is what I was supposed to do before I awkwardly jumped off the ledge and ran off to the west. Opening up Turtle Rock. Diving in to the very last dungeon that we need to beat. There are 5 items in here, but we don't really care for any of them. We only care for keys and the big key. So this is go mode. We still need keys though, so we can't just ditch everything in here. Oh no. I forgot that I didn't have the hook shot. Is this magic gonna be enough? I think it's gonna run out actually. Now, if I had the hook shot here, I could have hook shotted to one of these and fell voluntarily. Now I did it too early. I should have waited there. I think the door is gonna close on me. Yep, but there is a backup here. losing a little bit of focus here. Need to do this in the right order. So this is how to do it. There we go. Now it's gonna stay open. There's the big key. And there's yet another small key. I'm a little bit unsure exactly how many keys you need for this. Like how many keys that you need to have before you can just skip everything and go straight to the boss. I do have the big key. And I do have another key. But a little bit unsure of how many you really gotta get all the way through. I don't want to be locked out. I have been locked out many times in this dungeon. Trying to walk too fast and like forgetting a key behind you. But there is one key that I can actually steal down here. That I can stop from using. Whoa. That wasn't intended. But there, I stole a key there. I was supposed to use it down there. I'm not gonna do it. Because I'm in go mode. Gonna bring that one over. There we go. Do I even have to go down here? I have one key. I think that that's gonna be enough, even if I don't find another one. Because there is one locked door ahead, that door. And I can get through anyway. Yeah, now I can definitely. So now I have one key. That's gonna be enough. But I was actually lucky there. There could have been a possibility of me becoming locked out in a later place. Safest is always, of course, to just clear the dungeon in the intended way. But now we didn't do that. So what do we have bottle-wise? We do have one red, we do have one green, that's good. We will probably need to, or we will certainly refill our life here. So that we are ready for the Trinex fight. Getting ready with the ice rod here for the first head. That was the first one. That was the second one. Oops, and there's the unsuspected extra neck. That was really quick. Oh. I do now realize that we are actually not in go mode. Ladies and gentlemen, we need the hook shot as well. The hook shot is required to get over a certain gap in Ganon's tower. We don't have it. It could of course be in Ganon's tower, but that is very YOLO-ish to hope for. This is awkward. So I skipped a bunch of stuff in here. But the hookshot could of course also be in a lot of other places. This absolutely threw a wrench in my machinery here. We was on a pretty good good run until I realized no hookshot. Yeah, that happens, apparently. I was so excited for things just going so quick here, but there things absolutely came to a screeching halt, because without the hookshot I'm not going to be able to make it across that gap. So I'm gonna hope for it being in the back of Turtle Rock. Yeah, I even skipped that. I even skipped and like stole the key and misused it and all. So perhaps I will have to pay dearly for it. It looked like a potential personal best, but then that shouldn't happen. I don't understand the logic of these guys. Why they sometimes move, why they sometimes don't. Mimic Cave, please give me the hookshot. No. Well, the hookshot can be almost anywhere. As you can see on the map, there are pretty many checks remaining. And since it is not required for any certain dungeon, it's not specifically tied that much. So I'm hoping for it to be on Laser Bridge. I mean, what if it's like in the Smith chain or something that we just left without even completing? I was so eager for finding the medallion that I did completely forget about the requirement of hookshot. There it is. I was lucky. I was lucky right there. That was lucky. I mean, it could really have been anywhere. Now that it was actually there. Oh yeah. Such an annoying place to come out on. Yes, I got very lucky there. The fact that the hook shot was actually in there, it could just as well have had been like on the other part of the world there. There are so many places that are available for me. Now I'm gonna go to Ganon's Tower. And now we can play a little game called Guess the Chest. You are supposed to guess a number between 1 and 21, I think it is, or 22, on how many checks that I need to make before I find the big key. And we have our first guess from Erik here, 15. How many checks do we need to make before we can find the big key in Ganon's Tower? And we are guessing for 15 there. That's a good guess. $12, another good guess. How about... I'm gonna guess for... Well, I can't guess for 27, even though it is my lucky number, but let's go for the second best. Let's go for 7 instead. So yeah, now we are finally in go mode. Took a little bit of a curveball there. But with the silver arrows, this should be pretty quick fight. Unfortunately, I don't think that we are gonna get sub 2 hours on this one though, due to those little mistakes. But we'll see. Depends on how early we find the big key. First check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Three. That one counts. Three checks so far. Where will the big key be? Oh my god. I mean, how could I forget about 4, the hook shot, 5? Six, 7. Seven. 8. So 7 is not on the table anymore. Get as many keys as possible. Nej. Nine. 9, 9, 9. So we had Erik on 15. We have Evangeline of Sky at 12. And I have officially lost count. What are we at? 16? Or perhaps 15 now? Apparently it's a long look for us. Need to scour the Ganon's tower for the good stuff here. Another Armors fight. This time around though, only one arrow needed to kill them, due to them being all silver. Okay, I'll take that. But I would rather take the big key. Okay, so we're going right side. I'm always going in this particular pattern, but apparently this time around it would have been better to continue like this. And here I'm gonna wait for this. So if you hold a wall whilst using the cape, you can use it indefinitely. The magic will never run out. So this is a little bit of a cheap sheet. We are looking for the big key. Let's hope it's here. It's not there. Oh, I'm still Bomberman, yeah. Oh. Nice. Aye. 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 Help. Yes. Just what we wanted. Yes, there we are. I don't know how many that was, but it was more than 7, more than 12, more than 15. But we can finally go beat the boss. Luckily this is not a race against another human being though. So we are closing in on the final fight. And if betting would have worked in Sweden, it would have been a pretty close fight actually. Close race between sub 2 hours, which it certainly did look like there for a while. But then things happened. Then I forgot to get the hook shot. Then we got into this little medallion race. But that's fine. Only a green pendant there, yeah? Or a green potion, I mean. Forgot that I had the silver arrows there. I need to be a little bit more careful actually. I won't get any more fairies. Nej. There we go. I have to preserve my health a little bit extra so that I don't take a death. I do have means to protect myself using magic, so that's kind of good. But we don't want to do that too much. So getting some health here would be kind of nice. It would be totally impossible to get a heart or a potion or something like that. Help. Trying to be careful here. Oops. So this is the gap that we can't get across if we don't have the hook shot. And of course I could have actually gotten the big key without the hook shot, but I wouldn't be able to traverse this little chasm here. No health from me. One heart, help. Well, I do have the cape, so I can use it to protect myself. So I think I'll actually use it. Taking it a little bit extra slow here. To not take a untimely death here. That's good. So at least we have the Ganon Pyramid opened up here. It is, of course... I mean, I can actually go to the bottom of the pyramid. There is a fairy there. And I have a green potion. So I should be able to survive that. I'll go to the bottom of the pyramid before going into the fight there. If I bonk this one, there will be a fairy in there. There we go. So let's see that Ganon fight. We do have a green potion as well, so we should be able to make good use of the magic there. And we even have the silver arrows as well, so should be good. Oh my god. Have to be more careful. I can't take another hit. Yes. There we go. There we go. Finally. We bet that pig. And that is time, ladies and gentlemen. We bet the game. Even though we got into some weird convoluted turns there, forgetting about the hook shot. That's something that you are never allowed to do. Leaving dungeons too early and then thinking that, oh, I am in go mode, I can now go straight to the boss to beat the game. You're not allowed to do that. But that happened today. Still fun seed though. Thank you. I don't think that we did clock in under 2 hours, but we'll see what the in-game timer says. Do we have any questions from you guys? Have it been informative? Last time we spoke about the emulator, the tracker to use. Hockey shoot, yes, absolutely. The hockey shoot. Yes. But I should absolutely have thought about it earlier. Then again, I mean, if I would have been so careful to like think about the hookshot, I would never have gone straight to Turtle Rock there, or perhaps I would. But I mean, check out the map. There are so many other places in the overworld where the hookshot could have been. And would I have dared to go to Turtle Rock without it? I don't know. If I would totally have finished the entire Smith route, would have checked, I mean, those places there. But I don't know if I would have been daring enough to just go up without the hookshot at all. And then the hookshot was actually in Turtle Rock. So it's hard to say if it was a time loss or not. But it's always important to keep track on all the items that you have. One of the difficulties getting into running the randomizer is, of course, that I mean, on the tracker you can only see the places that you have access to right now. If there is a place, let's say Ganon's Tower, that you need the hookshot for, you are not going to see that until you have a potential access to it. It's not going to turn up yellow until you actually can go there. That was the case for me. Beating Turtle Rock, then I saw that Ganon's Tower was yellow, and then I realized, oh, I don't have the hookshot. So I mean, that is one of the difficulties, that you don't see the places that you need things for until you can actually go there. But it is a question of habit and memory and remembering what to actually bring where and what not. But the hookshot is absolutely something that we should have brought it. Totally. So too bad that we couldn't use the new bets. I mean, there are Swedish translations for it, but it's not available to viewers in your region. Hopefully that is going to change, so that we can use those even here. So let's see what the in-game timer says. If it is more than 2 hours or less than 2 hours, I will actually speed a little bit here. Save some time there. And we can look at the randomizer contributors. Of course, the actual game contributors, they are also very important, but alright. And here's the link to the Discord. Not that you can press it, but here comes the important stuff. We found the sword very early. Oh, after 42 seconds, yeah. Pegasus boots also pretty early. Got a lot of the key items quite early, yeah. $18, that's what it was. $10 minutes of lag. Whoa. 1:59:43. Yeah, so closely. We got under 2 hours there. No personal best though. If I hadn't forgotten about the hookshot, then it would perhaps have been closer than that. And then we had to go look for the medallion as well, but it didn't line up like that. And I mean, it is a randomizer after all, so you never know how your things align and how things are actually falling out. But it was a fun scene to play, I would say. Any questions from you guys after seeing this? I hope that you are feeling up to speed a little bit on what the randomizer is about. I mean, one of the hard things is, of course, to learn where are all the chests. And the tracker certainly helps you do that. Using the tracker, you also get better at knowing what you could skip and what you really gotta go to. We want to go to the places that has most potential items. But yeah, it all depends. But it went well, I would say. Yeah, that's all for today. I will. I don't think that I'll stream more today, but I will certainly do it more over the holidays. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for stopping by and visiting my stream. And please do it again. Bye bye. Bye bye. Am I saying, and then throwing people into an ad break for like a minute. But yeah, fun seed. Sad that we couldn't use the predictions. We couldn't use the bettings. Maybe they'll change that down the line. What was it? Denmark, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Philippines, Poland, Quebec, Singapore, Sweden, Korea, and Turkey. Oh yeah. That's a pretty random selection of countries, though. But sure, I guess there are two strong implications of betting, and that would make it bad, I guess. Probably is the case. Well, we'll see if they'll sort it out or something else. Let's raid an old lady. She's the best.